What's up? You're listening to That's 86 Podcast. I am your host, BryGuy, also known as Bryant and Theo. And my glass is empty, so I will pour it so we can cheers at some point. But, before we dive into that, I gotta talk about the guy to my right. He's my main man, Theo! Woo, 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 woo.
Hey.
No Nico this time. It's alright. But, partner in crime. How you feeling?
I'm alright, man. It's another Monday. Another one in the books.
Yeah, keep it going. Consistency is something, they say.
Yeah, right?
Alright, so.
Apparently it's everything.
It's everything. I mean, this live stream is all new, so let me pour up a little bit. Hopefully you guys are pouring up something yourselves. Right now I'm pouring up some Roku gin. I heard gin actually fights off the coronavirus. Alright,
Word. It's gotta be true.
Gotta be true. All the botanicals. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Cheers to you guys. Cheers to us. Cheers to everybody out there that's enjoying life and everybody that's not enjoying life as much. Times are down right now, but they will get better. All right? So salute to you. Oof, I just love this. All right, man. So how you feeling?
I feel good, man. I feel very good.
Keep talking. I'm going to turn your mic up a little bit more.
Okay. I feel very good. I got some new sneakers on.
Okay. Oh, taking it back. Reebok.
Yeah, man.
The classics.
Yeah, you already know.
Oh, man. Those off-whites?
They
They're not Virgils, though, are they?
Yeah, it's sale.
Like sale? Like setting sail?
Yeah.
See? I know a little something. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a color.
It's a color.
That's
It's a good color, too.
I mean, I would say put your sneaker on the bar, but can't
They
disrespect
can
the
use
bar
their
like that.
imagination. But they'll be alright.
Hey, what's up, Cherry? You know Cherry Cherise.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, this is what we do, He's over here for Adidas. Oh, man, you taking it back to, what is that, the 80s?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I see you, Adidas. I see you.
Do-rag with the glasses.
Ja Rule. Ja Rule, baby.
Bird,
Alright, yo, man. So, can I tell you something?
Absolutely.
Alright,
I would love nothing more.
Do you remember? Alright, so I failed the theory exam last week, right?
Yeah, you
told
me.
That portion, right?
Uh-huh.
I found a podcast from one of the instructors in the UK that talks about the theory section and how to attack it. Nice. I know, right? Yeah, man. I was
Only you found that before.
I know, right? If I was just motivated to sit there and
look for it,
it would have worked out, right?
Yeah.
Right? So I figured out exactly what I did wrong.
And what's that?
Alright, so I identified the problem. I just stated facts. And the first thing they tell you is no, we just don't want you to state facts.
We want you to what? Conceptualize?
Yeah, you got to sit there and pretty much identify it and create a whole thing around it, like a paragraph.
Okay.
So it's just okay, so why is that, fact so important? And explain the process on correcting it or preventing it from happening, rather than just sitting there just on bullet points bam, No,
they didn't tell you that on the instructions or anything like that.
See that's
supposed to know that.
That's in a different because I started at their advanced level.
Okay.
They have two other levels. They have their beginner and intermediate where they coach you up.
Actually. Okay.
Yeah, so there's kind of things they expect you to know.
Word. Okay, so you jumped the gun.
Yeah, because I just went in just knowing what I know, and it's that's good. But so that was pretty helpful,
That's good. So in all, how much time and money is it going to cost you now to redo that?
$100.
$100?
Yeah, about $100. Yeah, just to do that one.
How about time though?
Time, I got the retake isn't until sometime in May, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but in theory, since I know that now I just have to change up the structure of how I answer things.
That's good.
So it's not a lot of time. It's not as much time as you would think. If I didn't know anything, then it would be a lot of time.
Yeah.
But since I do know now, I have to sit there and just make it practical.
Yeah. So you can exercise your bullshit muscles.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really bullshit muscles because I did that there and that just didn't work out for me. So it's actually training the muscles. For
your storytelling, I guess.
I'm great at storytelling, though.
There you go.
So, I only bring this up because of how I just asked you a question and you just directly answered it, and I was like, oh man, go into detail because it was triggering for me because it's just if I ask you how, so that's something they'll do. they'll sit there and ask you like, "How was your day?" Right?
Okay.
You can sit there and just say, "My day
Say
was
good.
good." Yeah.
But they don't want that.
They don't want that.
They want you to say, "Oh, I woke up this morning."
Like no, they want you to say it was good, and then explain why.
expound
It's
on
like,
it.
well, yeah, I woke up this morning, wrong side of the bed, shaved. Then my cousin hit me up and said, "Yo, man, what's
like
up,
I woke up on
cuz?"
the wrong side of the bed.
No, yo, you look great, man. Let's see, you got the whole little fresh cut. Like you look different today.
Cool, yeah.
You actually look younger too, man.
I don't know if that's what I was going for.
I mean, I see the salts in there, so I know you're not younger. I got you, man. Don't worry. I mean, that shows some maturity in there. I got you.
Oh man, that's funny. I like, you know what though? I like the opportunity to be able to just change everything completely. Like I remember at my last job, I just cut everything off one day, and the boy was like, "Yo, next time I want somebody dead, I know who to talk to, because you could disappear."
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Remember when you shaved this
Yeah,
part?
yeah, and just had to.
Yeah.
Somebody told me I was trying too hard when I did that.
Oh man,
Yeah.
they don't know.
Shout out to her.
They can't see the vision.
Shout out to her.
I mean, are they a giant?
She's a good girl.
But if
She's
you're a
very
giant,
good. Maybe.
dang.
Depends
So
on
she
who
had
you're talking to.
she had the vision.
Nah, she missed the vision. She missed the vision completely.
Oh, she was too tall.
Yeah,
So she
she
couldn't
missed the
see
vision
over.
completely.
She couldn't see
She
the
thought she could
other
box with
horizon.
God. She thought she could box with God.
I got you.
It ain't always that way.
No, it's just like no, whatever. You like when you had that whole. Sorry, I keep hitting you.
No,
Like when you had
beat me
that,
up.
like when you shaved this part, the chin here off, and you only had like the handlebars, I guess, or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
That reminded me of that animation when you on those cartoon characters or whatever. That they have the really buff guys that's always working out.
Oh
with
yeah.
dumbbells, or
You
they
just
be
look
done, like-
naturally stronger when you got big ass like sideburns.
No, but that I don't know if those were based around like Russian characters. They have like like circus guys.
Yeah.
You know the twins and they. No,
buff workout
because that's what they look like. They have the big round top, and they're like twins, and they sit there and they be riding like the tricycles and all that kind of stuff. You know the animation.
One big wheel in the front.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's just what that reminded me of.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for when I cut my.
I thought so. That's why I was like, I see the vision.
No, you know what I was going for? You remember Jumanji?
Yeah.
You
The Safari Boy.
Yeah. But the thing was, I fucked up the mustache, so I had to get rid of the mustache and I had to get rid of the chin, and I just kept this. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to go all wraparound.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that next time, though.
See, by the time I saw you, the mustache was growing back in. I didn't see that part.
And that shit look good, though.
That
That shit like a little bit growing back in, but this long as hell.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. I'm an enabler. You know, I was just like.
Like I was like, oh shit!
Oh,
keep doing that
for real. You know, keep on. Keep on.
It was alright.
All right, man.
But this week what it was I went to church. So before I went to church, I had this shit like all the way down, and I was like, I ain't really into that right now. I look like I ride bikes and shit. Like
tricycles.
No.
Oh, all right.
Motorcycles.
Oh, I got you.
I was like, damn, it looked like I ride bikes and shit. So I was like, yeah, just lose it. And then I cut the whole thing off, and then once I got so low, I was like, fuck, I might as well get rid of the rest of the shit and just start over again. So yeah, that's kind of what I ended up doing.
Not bad. I like it though.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I do like it. It's good.
It's nice to have options. Like I said, if I need to kill somebody, I can disappear.
I mean, I guess, yeah, that's one way to look at it too.
That's what they told me.
I mean,
I didn't make that shit up.
Who are they? What do they know?
Well, his name is like no.
Well, his name is this and so, you know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that to him.
Nah, that's fine.
I'm not gonna do that.
That's fine.
Because he seemed very serious at the time.
I mean, this is an important week. I mean, at least to me. Oh, a lot
Might
has
be
happened
more important
this
to me,
week.
my G.
I know. Like, wait.
Might be
All
more
right.
important to me.
All right. So this week right now, just to let you guys know, it's my guy's birthday week. To the right of me, Theo. Why not?
Cause I don't even talk about that type of shit.
Oh, I thought that's why you got excited.
I mean, yeah, but that was supposed to be between me and you.
Oh man,
I don't want people hitting me up like, yo, man, I ain't even know.
Exactly.
On Facebook, my birthday is in like June.
Is it?
Yeah, some shit like that.
Oh.
It's a trap because motherfuckers hit me up in June and be like, yo, happy birthday, yo, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So
Did I do that?
for
I
you.
think I did that.
Nah, you ain't do it. I think you. No, you ain't do it. You ain't do it.
Like, oh snap! I thought your birthday was celebrating all year.
Damn, you got 2 birthdays a year?
You know what I'm saying? It happens.
How you get that done?
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, so it's my guy's birthday this week. So we're pretty excited about that. Don't know what we're gonna do, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna be out. We're gonna be out.
Yeah, it's gonna involve booze.
It's definitely gonna involve booze
and good food.
Yeah.
I gotta figure out a good vegetarian spot.
Oh man, it's this place. See the sunset, it's the views. I got you. Don't worry about it.
You gonna let it go?
Is that where you want to go? Oh, I can't do
We
that
gotta
again.
stop it.
I didn't do it last.
You can't promise and then not do it.
I
But
know.
we could just
I can't
pop
do that.
up.
I can't do that.
We could pop up.
Yeah, we definitely pop up. I get off early enough. We definitely popping up. And it's what? It's the weekend.
They
too?
got a good view too. Yo, it's gonna be like 50 something all week.
I know, man. Well, not that day. It's gonna go down a little bit.
Damn, really?
Yeah, it gets cold this weekend.
That's cool. I got clothes.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Nobody planned on going out in what is that? A Togo?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do it.
I'm not above it.
The right day, I do it.
Not above it.
So,
What else? Oh yeah, so this also
apparently this month is also special.
This month is special.
You holding off?
You go ahead. No, you go ahead. Because I was gonna sit there and just talk about. All right, yeah, let's hold off on that. All right, so this week right here is also, it marks the 1 year that we left the hospitality industry.
Word. Actually, you know what's funny? My last night of working in the hospitality industry was my birthday.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy because the league ended, NBA. The league ended the day before that, and I walked in. I called my homies that I work with, my team, and I was like, of which I was the kind of leader, you know, the elder statesman or whatever you want to call it. Called my team and was like, yo, I don't think I'm coming into work today, dog. They was like, what? I was like, bro, the league ended last night, so you know we gonna get to work, and they just gonna tell us that they can't do their deal. So they just gonna send us home once we get to work. Meanwhile, it's also my birthday. They was like, yeah, but if that's the case, you gotta get this money right now then. I was like, shit, that's a good point.
Makes sense.
So I went into the job. I prepared myself mentally, knowing they was just gonna send my ass home. And they said, hey guys, we got bad news. Took us to the office. Was like, look, just because you came in, we ain't gonna bullshit you because you came in, but we don't know what the rest of the schedule is going to look like for the rest of this week. So whatever you guys find to do, just feel free doing it. I was like, all right, I'll organize some shit.
Sounds cool.
I get this shit ready to be shut down for a year. That's fine.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. Got some money.
Yo, what I did was we had, I went in and did my regular, because I was setting up the winery all back then, the home winery.
Still set up?
So still doing that. Yeah, still chilling.
Yeah.
Did that. Did some research. Pre-shift happened. With the pre-shift, and they were just like, guys, we don't know what it's going to look like and all of this. So, just be prepared to get laid off.
Straight up.
So if you get laid off, look, put in unemployment right now. I said, say no more. Left pre-shift. Went in office. Start filing out unemployment.
Yes.
And then after that shift, they were just like, all right, we're going to try to schedule. We're going to see a lot more cuttage from the schedule. So then I noticed that I had days.
And then you didn't have days. They took them.
Then they start taking those away.
Yeah, because where I was working, they did my schedule. They did the month. Like, we would schedule, like, you know how it go. Like, our schedules, I can't remember the program, but we would have our schedule on hot schedules.
Yeah, hot schedules.
For the whole month. And I was like, well, I mean, it says I'm working. And then after that day, I went home, I filed my unemployment, came back the next day. Nah, matter of fact, I didn't come back the next day. Woke up the next day, checked hot schedules. I was like, damn, that whole week's done. Oh, wait, looks like I got a day in May sometime. I'm looking forward to that. That shit was gone.
No.
Never came back around. Then every once in a while, I still get email updates that'll be like, yo, we don't need any help. Just want to make sure you guys are okay. Peace. Hang in there.
I still get emails from City Winery, but it's talking about the virtual events that they're having, the virtual concerts they're offering.
You can't work those?
No, I can't work those. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be slinging bottles to people virtually. Like just
smacking the computer with the bottle.
It just doesn't work.
Nah.
It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. But the most recent one that I did get from City Winery was we shouted her out. She was a highlight 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Tahiri.
Yeah, Tahira.
Tahira. She has one. She has something coming up. Where she's.
Oh, y'all hosting her?
Yeah.
That's fly.
Where she's hosting up.
One of yeah.
She's one is going that way.
Somebody's piggybacking somebody.
Yeah, she has a virtual City Winery tour going on. So I was like, that's pretty fly. That's pretty cool.
That's sick because you can hit every state. Not every state, but you know what I mean.
I mean, wherever they're located and their direct fan base, their whatever, you know what I'm saying?
It's multi-regional and shit.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh snap, that's cool. I'm not working those, so you know it's a little bit different. But yeah, so I mean, I just wanted to say that this marks a year since hospitality has started to shut down, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Not to try to relaunch it or anything like that, but since it was like, you know what? Everybody, y'all gotta sit down, all y'all industry workers.
I was reading Proverbs this morning. I just went through a whole bunch of verses that was like, yo, lazy niggas ain't shit. And I'm like, yo, I'm trying, Lord. I'm trying, man.
Trying. I was watching Bob's Burgers yesterday. I was binge watching that because I was on Facebook and I did like this. I reposted this. What kind of dad do you see me as or something like that? And they had like these different options.
You're a funny boy for that.
And all of that.
You're a funny fucking boy for that.
Why? Everybody, all the kids are doing it.
Exactly.
You know?
I didn't see you as all the kids.
No, I mean,
I thought you was different from all the kids.
No.
All the kids jumping off a bridge?
Yo, somebody hit me with that, and you know what's triggering to me is Bobby's World, right?
Okay.
You remember that cartoon?
Of course.
So
Big Wheels.
Yeah, his mom said that to him, right? Yeah. And then he was like, "Well, I mean, if it's water under there and it's a hot day, yeah, I'm jumping off with everybody else." And I was just like, "Ha, that changed my life." That's when the wits start happening. I was like, "Oh, you can respond to your parents like that? Oh,
that's white people, bro."
Oh.
Nah, I couldn't do that.
I mean, I didn't have anybody to respond to, so
I couldn't do that.
Just me responding. It was just...
Yeah, in your mind, you responded. No, I couldn't
No. I didn't have an authority you know?
Oh, okay.
Growing up, so I didn't have, you know.
Nah, man. Plus, you also got to keep in mind, like, when people jump off bridges and shit like that, they hit the water and, like, all their bones break.
No, I know how to dive, man.
I mean, you do.
But
you didn't at the time.
No, I did. What do you mean?
You didn't know how to dive.
I did know how to dive at the time.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yo, I've been a swimmer since I was like
a wee lad.
Yeah, like when I was a baby. I've been in swimming programs.
Really?
I'm like the Black Michael Phelps out here. Seriously.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you don't smoke bud,
bro. No, I don't. You're right. I just smoke cigars. But yeah. No, seriously.
That's why.
Seriously.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I went up to scuba diving, and like it always piques my interest in all of that kind of stuff, you know.
Word.
Yeah, but in my lungs, like I can actually last underwater for about off of one tank 3 hours, and the average person could do only like an hour and a half.
I don't know what a tank be like, bro. I never strapped a tank to my back. I know what you're talking about.
I mean, because you know the deeper you go, the more so you use a lot more oxygen. But the deeper we went, like I think the furthest I went is like 100 feet below surface.
Was it dark?
Yeah.
Were you alone?
No, because we had
an instructor.
Yeah, we had an instructor. Yeah, you had to do that, you know. But yeah, and I still had half a tank, and we had to go back because everybody else didn't.
When I dove about 40 feet to the bottom around Puerto Rico, I could see everything. Mm-hmm. The water was clear as shit. Mm-hmm. There was no darkness, and a school of fish just came around me. I was like, "Yo, y'all fucking with me? I'm fucking with y'all." It was pretty dope.
Yo, the scariest moment was when we dove. There was
I had a snorkel though. Different.
Yeah, that is different. It's still in this case you would want it to be further because there was a hammerhead shark and they're really aggressive and territorial.
Okay.
So we had to bail out of there, but we didn't bail because if you move, they see you.
They're gonna chase you.
Yeah.
It's like a dog. You run, they're gonna chase you.
Yeah, so we had to sit there and just like stay still, so until it did its road, you know.
Oh word, that's why.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, in theory, it's fly. Yeah, no, like that we made it out.
You tell me the story is fly. Yeah. Being there, no, it wouldn't be fly.
Yeah. So I mean, So I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. And then like I learned a lot. We're just going off a tangent right now.
All right.
No, it's fine. I learned a lot because I learned a lot more about myself, and then the way that animals or sea creatures go about is they feel the pressure of your heart rate.
Yeah, they have radar, bro.
Yeah. So
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, your heart still beats if you stay still, though.
Yeah. So you have to remain calm, and I was so good at that for some reason. Even though I could be I'm freaking out in my head, but my body is always just like calm.
Well, typically you can control your heart rate by controlling your breathing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Like if your heart is ever going too much,
you
just slow your breathing.
Because the oxygen relaxes your body and all of that.
Right, and plus you're not sucking in as much oxygen to kind of, like, your heart is pumping oxygen through you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but, you know, I don't know shit.
Yeah, I'm learning all that. I'm learning all that stuff now.
Completely unprofessional.
I'm learning all that stuff now as I'm going through, like, breathing techniques,
Okay.
you know?
Oh, yeah, because you're having a baby.
Well, no.
So
No, I'm not having a baby.
No, I mean,
but the
you're
person
with a child.
that's having a baby. But yeah, no. I'm just doing that because it helps me be patient with people.
Okay.
So you know that's why I do that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, off of that tangent, it's a wonderful month because it is, what is it? International Women's Month.
Yes, International Women's Month.
Which is a big deal. I think it's pretty interesting that, because it's still new. I want to say that this has come about within the last, like, I want to say 5 years.
I don't know, bro. I remember like 10 years ago, I had a calendar and every day was a day.
Yeah, I mean, every day it still
Every
works
day
that
is a
way.
day. Yeah.
It still works that way.
Like, oh shit, this is Pizza Day, the International Pizza Day. Then you got Donut Day. You got Coffee Day. Seriously, we celebrate a lot of shit.
Who comes up with these? Like, who is the authority on these days? Because I seen National Vodka Day, I seen National Gin Day, I seen National Margarita Day, National
I'm pretty sure if you
Day.
had something that you wanted to raise awareness about, you can go and figure out what day you wanted it to be, and then you can institute that as a day. Now, if you want to get niggas jobs and schools to close down, that's going to be more work. Mm-hmm. But you can make it a day. Like,
yeah, I mean, they recently did that with Juneteenth, where it's recognized as
a national holiday now.
Yeah, we can still get paid time off and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But like, I think this is a big deal.
I haven't had a job since that's happened though.
Yeah, me either. Well, I mean, I have, but
you have, but it's for the state. They recognize it. The state recognizes it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, but I started after that, and I'm not going to make it to. I'm not going to make it until next until the next Juneteenth. So
probably for the best.
It is for the best.
When do you start your new job again?
Next week.
Okay, word.
Yeah, all right. So I am leaving the retail. Man, forget that.
You ain't gotta announce it.
Yeah. That I'm leaving a retail game.
I want you to tell me at some point, like, when I can expect to see you there. Cause y'all still public? Y'all public right now?
Yeah, it's private? It's public still.
All right, cool. Cause I'll pop in.
Yeah, definitely. You should. You should. But yeah. So there's a lot of like beautiful highlights, I want to say, that they're doing. Like, so it seems like they're tying everything into this National Women's Month.
Okay.
There are a lot of women of all different nationalities, races, colors, spectrums, worlds,
industries
that that they're highlighting, and it's pretty interesting. I love all the energy of it. They're still, because now they're lumping that in with diversity and inclusion, which
sure,
it's because it doesn't, to me it doesn't diminish the purpose of the diversity and inclusion within in any work environment.
All right, so here's the thing, right? You're not a woman, neither am I.
Exactly.
If you hadn't noticed. I probably just recently became aware of how marginalized women are and have always been throughout history. Mm-hmm. So ultimately, that's a battle that I'm willing to fight now. I probably wasn't willing to fight it a couple of years ago, but now, since I'm more aware of it, I know that I would, how do I put this? Their struggle is probably the biggest struggle that there is as far as people groups.
Do you remember that book? The
one you lent me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That book was so all right.
That was Brzezinski. That was Brzezinski's
Mika.
daughter.
Mika.
Yeah.
From, what is she from? Shark Tank.
Sure.
No.
I know her from her pop. Her pop was a part of the Obama administration. This nigga used to fund wars out in the Middle East and shit. He was like a general.
Jeez, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I need to read that book. I need to see.
She's not the lady.
Person she is.
I'm trying to think if she's from Shark Tank as well, but she's from Morning Cup of Joe or whatever, CNN's political take show.
Sure.
maybe it was a radio something. No, it was television. It was definitely television. It was Morning Cup of Joe, something like that. Morning Joe, something like that.
Okay.
And so she published a book called what is it?
I don't know.
I forget what it's called. It's her first book, Grow Your Brand.
Okay.
I think it's Grow Your Brand.
That's not the one that I got off you.
Wait, it's not?
Nah.
So that's her second book. I can't remember the first book, but it's something with your brand. And she went into so much detail, and I could not, and I did not think of everything that they were going through. They, as in, she was going through with media, and also having the conversation with all these politicians.
Know your value.
Know your value.
That's
the first one, and then the other one is Grow Your Value.
Okay.
Yeah, so Know Your Value. That book to me was so great, and understanding the perspective and the work environment for a lady.
Especially for a lady with power.
Yes, exactly. But she also, she skipped, I can't say she skipped. She went into some greater detail of what her struggles is as a Caucasian woman, as a white woman. But then she also went as far as just like, yo, man, if they view us as in white women this way, it's even worse for African American women.
That's very insightful.
And she touched on it briefly, but because there's only so much she can touch on because she's not an African American or a black woman.
Right.
Within this industry. And that was just like, dang, like because they view, because the boomers view white women, as bottom of the barrel when it comes to bringing them in establishments. So if the boomers are viewing white women as bottom of the barrel, African American women,
they're not even in the barrel.
They're not, so that was just like, whoa, take a step back, let me think about that, let me process that, because all we know, our generation, Gen X's or whatever they want to call, or millennials, is just
We're
like
millennials.
you see nothing but accomplished black women,
Yeah, but that's in our context though.
That's in our, yes.
We could clearly be in another place and time with different kinds of people, and then those different kinds of people, the people that we see wouldn't even be included in that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we look for it to an extent.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that comes to the exposure that we have because of social networks and all that kind of jazz,
Precisely.
So bringing that into because it's just like, all right, because of the social networks and definitely the workings that we're in within, I guess I wouldn't classify us as journalists or anything like that. But sitting there just looking for what's going on, what's happening within the hospitality industry, I'm coming across so many of these conversations among our fellow, peers. Black women that's getting all this media attention, to sit there and just talk about it's a community. It's a lot of us just out here that's not getting any recognition, and all that kind of jazz.
Right.
And it's just and it's qualified. Like this one person, this one lady, give me one moment on her name. I just know her last name is Corey.
Okay.
Corey? How do you say it? Alright, I don't know how you say it.
Is it Korea?
Alright, let's go with that. I'm not just going to do it like that. I'm not going to do it like that.
Did you send it to me?
No, I didn't send it to you.
Okay.
I did not send it to you. Alright, but she's based out of, is it LA? Bartending in LA, and she's worked in so many different spaces within our industry, from, nightclubs, to craft cocktail bars, to restaurants, to slinging, so many different identities that we know of within this industry. And it's just like, well, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of us out here, that don't get the same look as, or the same level of respect as if you go into a bar and you see somebody with the handlebar mustache that's waxed and all that. It's just, you're thinking that I'm going to make you a sweet, overly sweet drink, or, that's not balanced. You think I'm just going to sling you a Long Island iced tea, when it's, in fact, the complete opposite. I don't have the hipster look, but I won't get that look just because you have this whole perspective of me or perception of me.
Right.
Which is absolutely correct.
People fear other.
Yeah, it's just like, that's hard,
Yeah.
Like, cause I do know I can't say for a fact, but if you go in, if like the bars that I've worked in or the places that I've worked in, it's just like I'm next to the buddy system, that
right.
the crowd that have the handlebars and all that, and it's just like, yo, they don't know shit,
No, they don't.
But then I branded myself so that so the people that come in, they're just like, well, if you're at this bar, it's like, I can trust you to make my drink. I'm not going to sit there and think that you would make that, but that's only because of the way that I position, and brand it and market. If you're not doing any of that, I can easily see.
Yeah.
Like, I could just imagine if like me working at, like the Clock Bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go in there, I can see me getting overlooked,
Yeah.
And they're going like, oh, you don't know how to make a martini or anything like that. It's like, I can make you things that's off this menu that's going to be great, but then I can just see it just going a different way. So, because the norm would be the sweet drinks or the inexpensive, the inexpensive drinks that's like, I'm just trying to get a buzz, and it's like, oh man, this could get you a buzz and it's good for you,
Right.
But if you don't have a chance to have that conversation, it's kind of hard, Yeah.
I mean, when you're in a certain place, if you don't look like what one would expect in that place, yeah, you might get discounted,
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, it's up to the eyes of the beholder to be able to say, you know what, let me stop judging people. Let me stop judging books by their cover.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope that we would get to.
Sorry, I'm just trying to... Boom. Her name is Veronica Correa?
I would say Correa.
Correa.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So...
She looks familiar. Let me see her. No, I never met her. I'd love to, though.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, she's in Brooklyn, New York now. Bartending.
Damn, everybody in Brooklyn.
Bartending.
KD, Kyrie,
pouring ribbons.
James.
Pouring ribbons. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, like, so she just got interviewed, and I thought that was pretty cool. To sit there and for her to sit there and use that time, that moment, to say, wait, there are a lot of us out there that people are just overlooking, because there's a lot definitely in the markets you would expect, like Atlanta, any of the major markets, there are a lot of like influential black women within this hospitality industry, and that just gets overlooked, and then like, the study, like, they're like, women's palates are more refined and better and more keen than men. That's
why most women are master distillers and blenders.
Oh man. Oh, because then that's not a whole nother conversation. But go ahead. Could you elaborate? Could you name or highlight one?
Yeah, sure. Rachel Berry. She's currently the blender for Bowmore, which is one of my favorite Isla scotches, and she's been there since like 2011. So she's doing a goddamn good job.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, she spent like 13 years at Glenmorangie.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, for the most part, I've known that for a long time. It's just all about the vocabulary, from what I heard. But yeah, it's a lot of women who are master distillers, a lot of women who are blenders.
There are.
And there's, I would say, almost maybe even more women blenders than there are men. For good reason, though.
In general? You mean in general?
No, not in general. I mean in the whiskey world.
Okay.
Because at first I used to highlight.
Because that's a small world.
It is a very small world. It's tight as hell.
Yeah.
And it's kind of historic. You know what I mean? It's some mad old shit.
Yeah.
But I used to highlight it in my mind and be like, God damn, there's a lot of these women who are running these ships.
Yeah.
And then I realized, no, every time I read one of these, it's a woman.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a great alley-oop. Thank you for that segue, because I mean, I have to, like, this is somebody I do like really look up to, admire, is Fawn Weaver, the Uncle Nearest. You know, the
Word.
founder, CEO, founder. You know, like she's not the master distiller or blender or anything like that.
Yeah.
But she created a space, you
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
and it's just only growing. And now she has a whole, like, her team is just women for the most part right now. That's in
Her
the
executive team.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
executive team.
Yeah.
That's only going to keep growing, you know, and they're doing such a great job, you know, and it's not just African American women. It's
No.
just women in general,
Right.
you know. All right, so I guess I'll go down the list of her executive team because it's a team of, including herself, 5 women. All right, so you got Fawn Weaver, you have Catherine Jenkins, who is the Senior Vice President of Global Sales and Marketing. You have Victoria Eatley Butler, who's the Master Blender. You have Sherry Moore, who's the Director of Whiskey Operations, and Lucia Creep, who's the Director of Marketing. Crushing it, you know? Such a
Word.
small team, you know? And then I thought this was pretty interesting right here. On top of that, their company, which is the, I guess, Uncle Nearest, you know, distilling, is 50% female with 100% pay equity. We are the first and only major spirit brand to have an all-female executive team, and we are the most awarded female-owned spirits brand in American history. And they're only just getting started.
Nice.
I mean,
shout out to those ladies.
For real, you know, like, cause I mean that changes the scope of the industry. Like, Malcolm Gladwell's book, you know, Outliers. I think, Fawn's vision is what you would consider or call an outlier.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I mean, one, yeah, she had the capital in order to invest in it, well, to buy it, you know, to buy something, to find a story. Define the story, the history, and then just like, you know what, I think that's cool. Matter of fact, all right, everybody knows it to be, you know, Jack Daniels was this. But in reality, it's this. And then sit there and take that story, turn that truth into leading an industry.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's pretty fly.
That's history.
Yeah, that's pretty
And
fly.
this is more history being added.
It's sad that it's fucking 2020 and that's how long it's taken, you know?
Yo, I mean, I was just watching. I've been watching so much stuff. You know, I was just watching that the United States versus Billie Holiday. You know, and talking about the lynching. You know, bill that recently has just been passed to say, you know, that's not, you can't do that. You know, but even still it's still being discussed as of 2020 or 2021 where it's still just being talked about. You know, it's not actually like being enforced or anything like that. You know, so yeah, shout out to all the women that's out there killing it, crushing it. We see you, appreciate you because it's so many hurdles. You just have to just keep on jumping over in order to just try to get some kind of recognition, not even have a seat at the table. You know, it's a whole nother path that you just have to like pioneer.
Yeah, and the crazy part is I don't even want to be as presumptuous to assume that I even know all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't even imagine.
Exactly.
Like,
so
shit, it takes me like what? It takes me about a good 2 months to find a job, and I'm a man.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine being a black woman.
Presentation, and that's something else. All right. So, I mean, that's something else to take into account. Like, I think we spoke about this last week. You know, we did. That was last week when we were talking about going in for a job interview.
Yeah.
With Johnny. Yeah, it's just like it's already so. It's because of the lack of resources that everyone knows about, but they don't actually have the experience. So they can't. So whoever is hiring, they can't put themselves and they can't identify with you because they never had to go through that and they don't know the lack of resources there actually is to the black community just
across the board.
You know?
Yeah.
But then with all these degrees, you know, from black women, you know, it's just like, wait, you know, what do you mean? Like, they had to work really hard to get that and to not even get a look at.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, what is the point? Not what is the point, because there's obviously a great purpose within that, you know? just to try to get a look at, you know, just to try. It's like, oh, my credentials should carry me.
One would think.
Yeah, but
my credentials and my experience, but nah, it typically isn't that way.
But even forget that experience, just your credentials, period.
Often motherfuckers just want to work with people who look just like them.
And the comfort zone.
Yeah.
The comfort zone, like, because of the narratives that's been painted, and that's why media is so important. Mm-hmm. Just so all of the media exposure, you know, from the Tiffany's, from ATL. Oh, that's empty glass.
I didn't recognize. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Say all of that as we're sitting here pouring Jack Daniel's Gold.
This shit good though.
You know, it is good. It is good. We opened up a long time ago with Uncle Nearest. I guess we can revisit it together. In fact, definitely will make that happen. Get their 1888, get their flagship side by side, because those are the only ones we have access to here in Pennsylvania. Keep showing love to that family, and, you know, keep helping them grow with that family.
Word.
Because that's another thing she offers. And I know we did this before, but it doesn't hurt to keep on, like, saying it over and over again. Yeah. Anytime you buy a bottle from Uncle Nearest, it goes directly to the family, and it puts them through college. So it's 8 generations that have I don't want to say 8 generations, because that sounds 8 grandchildren or great grandchildren of Uncle Nearest.
Okay, that's fine.
Has been through college so far.
That's fly as shit.
Yeah. That changes the whole family dynamic, because it's only a couple of us within my family. Which changes the
whole community.
Yeah.
Which changes the world.
Yeah.
My G.
Yeah, and then about the 1888 small batches, the person who actually gives the final okay, so that's the family members' taste buds right there. Okay. Not their flagship one, the small batch. And they'll sign it and they're like, this is my blend right here. This is the one that I approve. This is the one I identify with. Then the next one that releases will be another one of the family members that sits there and gives the okay. And that's why I'm just giving Fawn just like, yo, that's a
damn good story.
That's dope, you know what I'm saying?
Like, when I say story, you know what I mean. That's a damn good incentive to stand out as a brand.
Yeah, you're putting a whole black family through college. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's going to keep on going because, like, I think they're in works with a major distributor now. To sit there and just have it everywhere.
Mass marketed.
Yeah, you know, so they're doing a good job. Good job.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of, like, I mean, of course, we always give our flowers. We always give the roses. We always talk about a lot of people, highlights. We do it at the end of every episode, you know?
Yeah.
But this episode, I guess we're just going to keep on giving flowers. Why not, you know? Okay. Flowers to women within the industry. That we know personally or that we don't know. Yeah. So, like, you know Tracy Franklin, you know, like who's one of the first I don't want to say master distillers or blenders for Scotch, but she got accepted into she's one of the first people that they accepted into a program where you get that mentorship to actually learn, you know, to create your own. Mm-hmm. You know, and then I guess she's starting a program to educate more women. So therefore, now that becomes a resource that can obviously exponentially change the scope of the Scotch world.
Yeah, she's kicking the door open for a whole lot of people.
A lot of people who, because you know, like I learned from Aaron, the distiller at Blue Coat, you know, that there's actually a school that you have to go to, or that you usually would go to learn master distilling, and that's in Scotland. And that's just like a 4-year, either it's a 2-year or a 4-year program that you actually get the education, and that's how you get in that world if you're not the family member, born into it. And that's expensive.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to, you know, like
time and money, big.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. So this is kind of like that seems like that's unattainable, you know?
Yeah, I mean, unless that's the only thing you got going for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if you know early in life, it's like, you know what, I want to do this, but like even getting into the wine world, right? It's just like I don't know. I had no clue how you would break into becoming a winemaker or anything like that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How do you go about that, you know? Like what's like how does that even click in your brain that that's something you could do? Well, apparently you go to UC Davis and they have a program in that, but a lot of people, a lot of winemakers, they get their degrees in like biology, you know.
Chemistry.
Yeah, all of that kind, you know, those kind of worlds. But because remember, LaSalle University offers a really good chemistry program, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not agricultural chemistry,
It's
you know.
specialized.
Yeah, so it's just like, well, how I wouldn't even have thought to connect that even if I was in that track.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, I can use this in order to do that.
That's what the fucking mentorships are for. So you can actually learn how to apply these things.
Yeah. And what do we call those? Advisors, academic advisors,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But, like, yeah. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say what good are they, but because what good are they if you can't articulate your vision? If I can sit there and just say, you know what, I have this garden, you know, that I've been taking care of and I like it a lot, you know, but I don't want to be a botanist. Or I don't want to be in botany at all, you know.
Right.
I don't want to become a florist or, you know, anything like that. But I like chemistry. I don't think they have the vision, you know, to sit there and like, oh snap.
Honestly, or the time.
Think about exactly because they have to teach. They're still professors. They're not really catering to you.
Right.
Sit there and hear you out. And help guide you somewhere.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to speak for everybody. I don't want to say.
No, this is general. I don't want to say
that's across the board, but yeah. Generally.
In general.
You know, you're not going to get that type of personal attention and care from an advisor.
Yeah, I mean, for an academic advisor.
Yeah.
Because we had the conversation already about like, yo, man, if you're trying to win a war, what do you need? Advisors. So you know, right. Yeah, so I mean, like, I do, like, at this point, Tracy is what you consider a great resource / advisor, you know? So, trailblazing, keep doing it, Fawn as well. I can see hopefully, maybe I'm putting too much on you, but I can see Veronica going that way too, you know? Just with
Absolutely.
Just with that foresight of just like, no. Like, I don't know if it's nurturing, and please tell me if I'm rambling on. But like that nurturing, caring aspect that
about hospitality.
Yeah, from that. No. Well, from women in general.
Right.
Where it's like, no, like I was watching. All right, let me finish this thought out first. Like, see her sitting there, like, no, it's not just me. No, it's a lot of us that I actually know, that we all know, you know, that get overlooked every day. And these are the conversations that we have together. Right now is the time to sit there and use this time to not just talk about my brand and, you know, like my way of bartending, but just for like so many other amazing women that I share this space with that should have the same opportunity, you know.
That's a lot.
So when unlike like I guess when a man does it, it's more so coming from just like, I'm not like, yo, it's just the general statement where it's just like, yo, man, there's a lot of people out here, you know, but to separate myself from them, to use that opportunity to highlight what they're doing and all of that. And I can speak from my own personal experience that, yeah, I do that, you know? I do that. And I gotta sit there. This comes part of the journey that I wanted, like, that I see myself.
It says a whole lot more for her, though, because she's in a place where she probably had to fight real hard for just that opportunity as an individual. So to take the time and take the attention off of her and actually highlight other individuals that should be there as well.
On that platform.
That takes balls.
Yeah. I mean, because I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it takes balls. I just think that that's still just the caring part, you know, of the person that's right next to you or that you know that's out there is like, nah, like, it's not just me, like, it's a lot of us, you know?
I mean, well, the caring, I guess that gives you balls to care. Like, I mean, just generally speaking. Yeah, no, because, like, no, not. To use the moment, you got to be kind of, like, fearless. But if you care so much, then that'll put you in a position where you're, like, fucking fearless. Like
So,
most of the biggest violence that I'll ever create, it'll be to protect somebody.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like, cause like, let's use this time now. Like no matter what I say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like my actions do prove out, you know, to whatever it is that I'm trying to get across.
Okay.
Like, I can, like, no matter what, on this, like, using this platform or any platform, I'm going to sit there and just big up, you know, the podcast that we do. You know, I'm going to sit there and big up everybody who I feel should be bigged up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, oh, I do want to keep having shine come through this way. Like,
Yeah, but that's the way to do it, though. Like, if you're a river, man, you're flowing. You might flow from the ocean to a whole lot of little streams. You know what I mean? It doesn't get stopped off. You end up taking what you got and feeding a whole bunch of other things with it. Otherwise, you're not a river, cuz.
I mean, you know, but if I sat there and use that moment, right, to say, all right, forget everything because the purpose
Right,
is
that's
bigger,
what I'm
right?
saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
purpose is
exactly.
bigger. It's just like, no, but like, no, forget all that other
Yeah,
stuff.
forget all the streams and the creeks.
Yeah, this is the important part. It's
yeah.
like, yo, man, no, I can sit there and tell you, like, the person right next to me is amazing at whatever. So, like, y'all looking at me, like, I gained some inspiration from him. I gained some inspiration from, you know, like,
Right.
the Mannings of the
Right.
world. You know, like, and just start doing, just bringing it that way. But, like, you
Just
know,
throwing lobs all day.
just doing that all day. Like you want to know who to check for. If you're looking for the community, I can tell you I want to use this. So you guys, where are you at? Look, like I know we're talking about. I know this is a Philadelphia. This is Philadelphia Inquirer, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but no. If you're in Chicago, I'm gonna sit there and tell you to go check out Alexis. You know. Oh, if you're in Detroit, I'm gonna go tell you to check out Dominique. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to sit there and just throw those lobs, like it's not limited. It doesn't just have to be local. To use
Right.
that moment to do that, though.
Right.
I can't say that I would do that in that exact moment because I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's like, all right, this is local. All right, so if I can stream everybody to like an event or something,
Yeah.
then in that event, I can sit there and like, oh, so you're from here, you know, or go check out this, check out this live stream or whatever it is, or check me out in person. Then that's more personalized, and I'm say, oh, you're from this area, oh, so you have to go see this person,
Yeah.
or do you know this person?
When you get back, you gotta holler at my homie.
Yeah, you know, to sit there and just do it that way, you know.
Yeah.
So like, also, what is it? Oh, also in Outliers, you know, you have the Mavens. This is something that Malcolm Gladwell talks about. You have the Mavens, you have the Connectors, and you have another kind of person. And it's just like, okay, like I wrote in a book of all of the people who I put in these things, you know, these categories. Like I do have you as a Maven, definitely when it comes to music.
Okay.
So it's just like, all right, so if you're looking for a recommendation in music, I'm directing them straight your way. It's like, who do I know that's their thing? They're into that, you know? That diverse portfolio is like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm going to sit there and bam. Oh, snap. All right, this person is a connector. Bet, you know, this person is going to link you with some other, you know,
Yep.
another person to get you to where you're trying to go, you know? So I have these whole different things.
Yeah. Classifications.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's pretty interesting because like in that time, in that moment, what she did, I would say that I would think of it as an afterthought in the sense of not ego. And I don't even want to say testosterone. But I wouldn't think of the nurturings like, oh no, this is the time to sit there and like care for everybody, you know, the bigger cause of what this whole thing is if I didn't get off what I was supposed to get off in that interview.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the interviewer doesn't sit there and ask that question,
Yeah.
do I do it?
Well, you should.
That's the thing.
You should be willing to put your name and your reputation at stake.
That's the thing. So
We lost them.
no, they're still there.
Oh, okay.
I learned that because I see that when you reload it, it's still the timer's still gone.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I guess not. Last time it did it.
But yeah, yeah, you got to be willing to put your name and your reputation at stake for somebody else, and that's what the true sacrifice is. If you're not really making the sacrifice, then what the fuck's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
No, I'm with you. And that's where I keep trying to just keep going further and further within it. Just like, cause I have I have to sit there and think about what it is. You know, like, the end goal of where I want to be as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to keep making strides at getting there.
Right.
So it's just like, but if I didn't have any of these things to sit there and look at myself, you know,
mm-hmm.
then it's kind of just like
Yeah, you gotta be self-reflecting.
Yeah. And I don't know if she does that or not, but geez, you know?
Perhaps.
Like, I don't know if it's second nature.
That's what I was gonna say. Perhaps this is just who she is.
Exactly.
It's like, when I get in the door, I just naturally hold it open for somebody else.
So all of these, I think, is part of the journey, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Journey within at least myself.
Yeah.
At least myself.
Shit, every job I ever had, I don't put somebody on.
That's true.
I tried my best.
That's true. Oh snap! That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Cool.
Sorry, guys.
No need to apologize.
Technical issues.
It's cool. Just keep rocking. I mean, this is the bulk. This is the one right here.
Okay.
This is just flair.
Yeah, it's flair.
So it is. But yeah, so I sit there and like this is the journey, and this is the part that you're supposed to appreciate. It's not the final destination that you appreciate. It's that whole journey, and that's where the appreciation comes from. So I would consider her as in Veronica. I would consider her an influencer in my life. From that media interview she had.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just like, oh my goodness, she used that opportunity just like that, you know?
Yeah, and it left that much of an impression on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's just like, yo, I want to do that. When I'm in that position, I know exactly how to do all of this now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I know the checklist to hit off. Bam, 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 you know?
Yep.
And then I also know how to be able to put so many others on.
Yeah.
So, gotta shout out the women.
Got to.
Like, another big influencer of mine is Catherine Manning, who we both know, you know? Like, I'm so glad that I was actually her barback, you know? And I got the chance to spend so much time with her and just learn from her. I learned from that entire crew. Christina Rando, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Another amazing bartender, you know? Christina is now in the NO, New Orleans.
Word.
You know, bartending and...
Big Dirty.
Like, so what made me end up going to that place to try to get a job, Franklin Mortgage and Investment and Company back then, is I was doing the research and trying to figure out where to go. If I to be able to become a bartender.
Yeah.
And just Googling Philadelphia, found a lot of people, you know?
Yeah.
But I saw that they all came out of this one spot. And all of them are doing amazing things now too, you know?
Yeah.
Saw that they came out this one spot, and then I saw that, what did she get? She had a write-up, I think it was in, either it was in a column in Playboy, and she was holding a Tanqueray bottle, like, bartending.
Okay.
And she's of course she's attractive, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, snap, I want to work there, and that's the best place in Philly. Definitely.
That's how you
at that time?
That's how you found her? That's how you found her?
Mm-hmm.
Catherine?
No, not Catherine.
Oh.
Christina Randolph. And I was like, oh, snap, I want to work there, you know? Because I've already seen all the other people that work there as well.
Yeah.
Well, not that work there, but that got the media attention and all of that.
Yeah, they had a good legacy.
And looked at their resume and all of that kind of stuff and just tried to, you know, like, really did all of my homework, you know?
Franklin Mortgage, where legends are built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, went there and actually had honest conversation with her. Walked in just like, yo, I have no bartending experience, no hospitality industry experience at all, but I want to work here. I want to become a bartender here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking at me like, are you crazy? And I was just like, yeah. And then I throw in like, oh, I also got accepted into the 5-day bar program, which run by the people that brought craft cocktail style, you know, back to America since Prohibition.
Word.
So that right there was the one that gave me the hot, you know.
Yeah, that was launching pad.
That was right there. I mean, that program alone was just like, oh snap, they accepted you in? Oh yeah, you can definitely work here.
That's what's up.
You know.
Yeah. She took a chance on you.
She took a huge chance on me. She took a huge chance, and
you could have fucking sucked.
I did.
Yeah.
I sucked all the way. You know. I sucked, and then I didn't know how to learn.
Mm.
But at the same time, like, I didn't have any nurturing, you know, to sit there and teach. You know, it was just like, it's on the job.
Mm-hmm.
On the job. On the job. It's like, well, what am I supposed to do? And then I end up getting fired. I end up getting fired for not peeling a melon because I didn't know. I didn't know that the skin would give you bitterness.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just like, how was I supposed to know that? I didn't know what bitterness was, you know, like.
Word.
So, like, without all of these things, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
That's the steps you gotta take.
Yeah.
That's the steps you gotta take, man. Sometimes that's the best thing for you. Get fired real quick.
Yeah. So, I mean, but she wasn't the one to fire me.
Yeah.
She wasn't there at that time. So, you know, it was a guy who ended up becoming, like, the GM, you know. And it was just egos, you know. It was just egos and not understanding. Just egos and not understanding. And it was just like, all right, cool, I got it, you know. Then go into all these other spaces where it was just men.
Mm-hmm.
Men bartenders.
Yeah.
And then it was just like all right.
Sounds like hell.
Yeah, it was a hard journey.
Yeah, I would never want to work at a place that's just men bartenders.
It was a journey. It was a lot of egos, and that's when I start sitting there just appreciating anytime. Like, I just seen how because I was still at Franklin. Mm-hmm. And Sarah Justice, she was leaving. Eventually, she was leaving Franklin Mortgage. Another person I got to highlight is Sarah Justice. To go to New York, to work at PDT, Please Don't Tell. Okay. And she was explaining the difference of how it is working there. How much in New York it's a boys club.
Yeah.
You know, a certain kind of boys club to be on the in crowd. So I just like hearing all of these experiences or overhearing, eavesdropping, you know, mm-hmm. Sat there and just, I got to understand, like, because Sarah Justice was nice. She is a beast when it comes to bartending, you know, and creating cocktails, you know, using like long hots, you know what I'm saying? Like, to make cocktails and all this kind of stuff and mm-hmm. making it like a cuisine, right. You know, turning a cuisine into a beverage, you know, was just like, oh my goodness, you know? A different way of thinking, and to hear her stories and her experiences and all of that was just like, wow. So, you know, not having that experience myself, but just listening and hearing how I think all these amazing women bartenders are having a hard time when it comes to like the big leagues, as you would say, like in these tier 1 markets. It's just like, dang. So just imagine if I was to sit there around and we try to go to these places, you know, mm-hmm. No look at all.
No.
But no, I wouldn't have been who I am today or where I am today if I didn't get that look from or that chance taken from Christina Randolph.
Nice.
Gotta big up her.
Nice.
Gotta big up.
Shout out, Christina.
Because, you know, like...
Thank you for this guy being who he is and where he is.
Thank you, Randolph. I don't know. But I mean, like... Anytime I would work with, like, women bartenders, whether I'm bar backing or bartending, you know, it's just like, I want to be your shadow, you know? Mm-hmm. I want to make sure that I'm not in your way. I want you to shine. Because I already know I'm going to shine.
Right.
Because people already believe that. They're wondering why I'm in this space. Mm-hmm. So they're going to want to talk to me. You know? attention is the last thing. You know, I'm trying to learn.
Yes.
I'm trying to learn. So I'm just here to pretty much to be the as I would say, like, workhorse. So you can sit there and you could just be great. You know.
Word.
I'm just assisting, assisting because I know how hard it is.
Oh man, if only we all had that same type of humility, we'd be a lot further. We'd get a lot more shit done.
I guess so.
No,
I don't know.
seriously.
I don't know. Because I don't, like, of course, I still don't view it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, like, I don't think that it's humility for me.
Okay.
Because I do come from a family that's full of just women. So to me, it's just like, I'm comfortable, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so comfortable with women.
Word.
It's just when I'm with guys, it's kind of just like alright, you know? Like, it's more awkward.
Okay.
It's awkward because, you know, it's just like oh man, like, I'm not trying to have a dick slinging contest with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't care about that at all. You know? I don't view this as a job. This isn't a job to me. Mm-hmm. I care about this, you know? I never cared more about what's in the glass than the person that I'm talking to or that I'm serving it to.
Yep.
But at the same time, in those moments early on in my career, I didn't have I didn't want to hear what they had to say, you know? It's like, just order your drink, you know?
Yeah.
And I can give you that. We can have a discussion about, you know, the drinks and all of that or whatever's in the glass. That's cool. And then if there's a connection that comes, all right, cool, you know?
Yeah.
But initially it's just not like, yo, man, you're drinking this because, oh, so you like this sip. You like the good stuff so you can sip. Yeah. I get, you know, but now that's where I'm at now, you know, but I feel like that comes with nurturing. And that's me sitting there after just bartending with so many amazing people, you know?
Yes.
That I get that foresight because I've seen people care more about the drink itself than the people. And it's just like, come on, you know? It's like...
Didn't you make that drink for that person?
Like, sit there and like, look at it like, oh yeah, that's, yeah. You know, it's just like, you don't fucking get that drink to them. Like, come on, stop. So I do wish, like, because I don't think I've ever bartended, in an establishment. I've never bartended with a black lady, or even a black guy. It's never been that way. In any of the spaces, any of the spaces I've done events. Have I? I don't know. I can't even say that. Say that I've done events.
And I love it.
Cause it's a whole different rhythm. It's a whole different bop. It's only what I can imagine.
Yeah. I don't want to speak too much to the whole racial aspect of it all, but when I got to bartend with a black woman, it was a dream. So much that we didn't have to say. Mm-hmm. Like, lady walks in, she looking at me like, you know you got her. She don't got to say it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I know I got this one.
Yeah.
You know? Somebody else walks in, I'm looking at her like, you know you got this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to say it. You know you got this one.
See, but I had that whole same thing
the whole time she's working her magic, I'm standing right there like, mm-hmm. handing her ingredients and shit so she can stand right there and keep talking. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
Just support. All out support. And then when everything is said and done, she look at me and go, thank you. I'm like, you already know, baby. Like come on.
Sick. Oh man. Alright, cool. That's all love. Yo, they love you, Theo. You're polarizing. You think I'm polarizing. You're polarizing.
Okay.
Alright, so this is Nato. He likes you with the beard. I'll just leave it at that. He'd rather you have the other beard.
It'll be back.
But yeah, I mean, like, see, that's kind of what I think. Like, well, because I have that.
God damn, this shit is good.
That same thing, Angel's Envy. Yeah, Angel's Envy. Yo, man, all right, I'm not going into that.
Yeah.
But that's another person who represents.
Right.
That's another art. So Andy.
Okay.
Andy who represents with here in Philadelphia market, who represents Angels Envy, is another. I consider her a beast, freaking nature. You know.
Yeah.
Like, gotta give it flowers. You know, like her story is just awesome too. Like we were at when we first actually started talking to get the like the moment we did have. I want to say it that way.
Okay.
Was we were at Jim Meehan was doing a book tour for his bartender's manual. So we were in Bacon Bourbon, and she ended up sitting. I said, I would sit at a table by myself.
Yeah.
No matter how large the table is, I'm like, yo, this is the one to be at. This is where I'm going. Like everybody else there, not going there.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit right here. And then all of the cool kids, who I would deem as cool kids, came and sat at the table. I was like, whoa. And she sat next to me, and I was like, yo, this is crazy because this is the first time. Like, we've been in a room. We've been in rooms. We've been in spaces together.
Yeah, but you hadn't interacted,
yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah. So then I have a conversation, and man, like, so naturally what I do is, like, dumb bartender. Just have conversations with people and then just get so much information.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was in Army. I didn't, like, it's so much. Like,
shit.
Yeah, man, she's amazing. And she's representing Angel's Envy, Whiskey Guardian. And I was like, oh, like, I didn't say anything at that time to her at all about, because she wasn't in that space either, or I didn't go down my whole resume just like, oh, I did this, that.
Hopefully you just listened and gave her a chance to talk more.
Yeah, that's how I learned so much.
Yeah.
And, like, because at that time, that's when I was in, everybody knew me going into, like, wine. So we're sitting there just talking about agriculture. And I just learned that that's what she's passionate about, is agriculture and her whole aspirations and all of that. And I'm like, oh, man, it was so dope. So now,
It's like, yo, I really love barley.
So, so fast forward to an event for the United States Bartenders Guild Philadelphia chapter. I was not in, Who told me to come? Somebody just told me. They were like, just show up, Bryant. It'll be fine. I'm like, all right, cool. Get there. Yeah, you guessed it. I gotta pay. And I was like, oh man, Alika. That was the one we spoke to on the phone that day.
Oh, word.
Word.
She
was just like, just come. You're not gonna have to pay. I was just like, at that time she was based out of DC, but it was kind of like her portfolio, showcasing everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll slide through. I was like, I don't really think I should because, whatever. But I'll slide through just to show love to you. Get there, gotta pay, whatever. But she just so happens to be there with another Whiskey Guardian that we both came in together. And she was like, I know you. She as in the other Whiskey Guardian, Grace, which is like, I know you. I was like, yeah, Grace, it's me. It's Bryant. We were Whiskey Guardians together. She's like, oh, so Andy's just like, I didn't know you did that. I was like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that. I'm glad that you had this opportunity now. And,
seen a couple things. Touched a couple lives.
And all that kind of jazz. So, yeah, shout out to her, It's like she's touching more of the market than I did, not just Philadelphia, because she goes over to Jersey. She's expanding the brand, and that's pretty cool, just
Word.
doing her part, So,
Word.
yeah.
Damn, bro. That's a lot of appreciation you just slung around.
I mean, it's so many people out here,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to appreciate people's... It's International Women's Month, so...
Yeah.
Just keep on just throwing flowers, giving roses.
Okay. Ashley Kane.
Ashley.
Yeah, she put me on. She taught me how to make pretty much every cocktail. She gave me the whole method to my approach. She helped tame my madness and turn it into a system. So shout out to her. She left the city recently. She got married and left the city. I don't know where the fuck she went, but I'll get on Instagram one day and find out and go show some love.
I know she's in a burb somewhere. Or is it Westchester?
She's in the burbs.
Because I've seen her post.
I don't know if she in Coatesville. I don't know where the fuck she at, but I'm gonna go say what's up one day.
All right, Nato said that's not what he said. I'll be back. But yeah, I mean, anybody else you want to highlight? Give flowers to?
Nah, I'm good right now. It's a lot of love that I could really be showing, but I like to be a man of few words.
I dig it. I mean, because I'll just keep going down the list.
Okay.
Of influential people. Rebecca Bresh. Have to give her a shout out. I don't think she's in the industry anymore. Well, I know she's not in the industry currently, but we can keep it going. He said, I feel Theo feels some type of way. But yeah, like...
I always feel some type of way.
like Rebecca Brush to me, like, alright, so she was a som at Del Fresco's. What is that? Double Eagle Steakhouse? Not the grill, not to be confused with the grill, because those are totally different situations. But, yeah, she's the one that sat there and just like, Bryant, you know what? I feel like you should go more towards the WSET, because I didn't think of going that way at all.
I don't even know what that is.
So that's the program I was just in for my wine certification.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was like, I feel like you should go that way.
That's the one you were doing right before this, or that's the one you just failed?
That's the one I just failed.
Okay.
Partially failed.
Partially failed. You got
to do the retake.
Yeah. You got to... What was it? What did you do right?
Blind tasting, which I usually do wrong.
Yeah. So you got the blind tasting. That's the theory that was off.
Yeah. But I understand why the theory is off now. But yeah, I got to give her a highlight because she is definitely an inspiration and motivator to my life. And that's someone I do consider in my team. Like I would say one of my advisors within this wine industry. Because she's done something that I didn't do, you know?
Never have enough, man. I can never have enough.
She's done something, like she's been a som at a steakhouse for who knows how long, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Way longer than I've been doing this.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh man, when people tell you things, you should listen, you know?
Yeah. Steakhouses have a lot more prestige than I've ever imagined.
Yeah, definitely at that time. Or this time, whatever it is. Alright, so I want to say cheers. Cheers to you guys again.
Flossed.
Alright, so...
What's this?
This is St. Hilaire. So,
Okay.
just in case if you guys can't see it.
Hilaire?
Hilaire? What did I say?
Hilaire.
Hilaire. No. Hilaire.
You
St.
right?
Hilaire.
Okay.
Yeah, so this right here is what I've come to learn, that this is the original champagne. But it's not champagne because it's not in that region, but this is the first. And this is only around like $12 a bottle.
Word.
Yeah.
I synced it.
Yeah.
I synced it a couple times.
Yes, I mean, you would probably notice it from your bottom shelf. And I recently learned that, no, this is before champagne became a thing.
No, I was buying Vouv one morning for brunch.
That.
And I ran over to go grab that, and then I got to it and realized it wasn't Vouv. Probably should have copped this instead, though.
Yeah, definitely should have.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Mimosas will never
Cooking
be
with fire?
like mimosas will never be the thing. I mean, for $12, you know what I'm saying? Like this quality right here. Yeah, the flavor.
Cooking with fire.
You know, the flavor profile is there. The bubbles, like you see how teeny they are. Like it's just gone. Like this is. It looks like a Vouv bottle, but it's not Vouv. As you guys probably can see at this point now too. But yeah, definitely get that.
Yeah.
Definitely if you're on the budget.
We got to get the zoom on the camera fixed.
Or no, because it got to be manual.
know,
You
man.
just got to get a camera operator.
I know. He's off this week.
No, he's right here. Yeah, he's right here. He is right here. All right, but cheers to you guys. Cheers to you, man. Happy birthday coming up.
Yeah.
You know.
I was just asking this nigga if he's still opening a restaurant on the 23rd, because I don't forget the shit like that.
I mean,
then he said I probably feel some type of way. So
no. I think he said that before. He's not on right now.
I asked him before you came back down and read that message.
That was already there.
Oh, you scrolled down.
You got to scroll. Yeah. It doesn't automatically do that.
I don't touch things that I can't afford to replace.
I feel you. I mean, you can afford to replace it.
I can, but don't.
Let's not do that. Come on, Ma.
I
I got you out here, Ma. But yeah. Yeah, no, let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna get my cigar together. This one is 2 weeks old.
I found my receipt. I was cleaning my room and I found my receipt.
For what?
For my laptop in like a pocket of some shit. And I was like, damn, I really cared. I kept this shit for fucking however many years. I paid a lot for that motherfucker. So if you pay nearly as much as I paid,
yeah,
I ain't trying to replace that.
I feel you. I mean, Like right now, it's getting good. So it's replaced. So
it's getting alright out here.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many wonderful women out here to just highlight and just keep going on and on. Like definitely like throughout my time, my little bit of experience within this industry, I've encountered so many people who I went butt heads with.
You know what's funny?
What's that?
I would love to highlight my 70 bartenders that I work for and with over at the Fillmore. But there's so many of them, I don't know all their last names. I can actually say I don't think I know any of their last names off the top of my head. Plus, it's been a year since I've seen most of them.
I don't know how to say anybody's last name.
Well, there you go.
So that's why I just...
We give a highlight to Nicole. Shout out Liz. You know who you is, girl.
But why? I told you my mind is geared in that
Well,
whole
Nicole for being a consummate professional.
But what does that mean? What does that look like to you? Describe it.
A consummate professional?
Yeah.
She treats every individual who walks up to her bar with the utmost respect and care. Almost like cherishing them.
Even when you guys are like 50 deep?
Even when we're 50 deep.
Damn, that's...
Because here's the thing, right? She might not see it as, okay, we have time to have this conversation. But she sees it as, this is, like, keep in mind, this is the Fillmore.
Yeah.
So she sees it, and I've heard her explain it this way, too. Eavesdropping like you was. She says, listen, these people came here for a purpose. Mm-hmm. This is something that they don't do regularly. This isn't just brunch. This isn't just dinner. They came here to see a show. Mm-hmm. And I'm part of the show. I'm going to be in their experience and their memory.
That's true.
For forever.
That's
true.
Like,
they might come see their favorite band who they might not ever see again. And I'm a part of that. Mm-hmm. So I could easily ruin the whole night for them. Mm-hmm. Or I could easily help make this whole night for them. So if it's 50 deep, she's like, look, you're going to get a good experience. And the person behind you is also going to get a good experience. And on top of that, she's gorgeous. So one might think that she ain't got time for you. Mm-hmm. But once she show you she got time for you, once she give you that eye contact, and she actually sit there and make sure she hear you right, you're like, God damn, she care about me. Or she care about what she's doing.
That's impactful.
It's very impactful. Very impactful. Shout out to Liz, because, I mean, for it to be so hard for women out here, yo, you know how to get a job. You know how to get a job, girl. That's one thing I love about you. You know how to get a job. You look at one spot, you start at one spot, I'm like, yo, how is it over there? Like, look, man, it's not what I thought it was. So I'm going here tonight. I'm like, yo, you working tonight? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, but when I get off, I'm going here. I'm like, yeah, that's fly.
Yeah.
That's fly. Go get her. I respect that. God damn, there's so many girls. I'm going to give a shout out to Tiff. I don't know your last name, but damn, Tiff. So Tiff is an older black woman in this industry. Mm-hmm. And when I say older, she treats me like she's my mother. You know what I mean? And she requires all of the fucking work ethic that a nigga can muster up. Mm-hmm. There's been times where I've walked out, because I hated it. I hated it there because of the management. And shout out to all my managers. They was all women too. I hated it because of the management. And I hated it because of the lack of a system. So listen, you tell me what to do, I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. But if you don't tell me what to do, I'm going to meander. I'm going to find something to do, and I'm going to find something to do based on what I think the priority is. But my priorities might not be your priorities, and your priorities might not be what I think is best. So I get into a spot, and I'm like, all right, so this is what it is, catered event. We all got black button-ups on. I'm walking around, I got the headphone in my ear, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking around, I'm like, all right, not talking to you. Not talking to you. Not talking to you. And Tiff look at me like, hey, baby boy, come here. And she's like, first off, you got your headphone in your ear. Second, I need this, and that. I was like, why are you asking me for it? She's like, because you ain't doing nothing. I could see it. And I'm like, you right. You absolutely right. I should be doing something. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, before you even asked me for anything, I should have came up and asked if you needed anything. She's like, yep. So make sure you do that next time. I was like, you damn right, girl. Went back, got everything she need. When I come back, she's like, all right, thank you, baby doll. You know what I mean? I love it. I love it. And she's what we will call a lifer. You know what I mean? She's been to a bunch of different places, did a bunch of different things for a bunch of different people. She know how to rock out with her context, whatever the context may be. Yeah. I'm gonna give a shout out to Mallory, your co-bartender. Mallory put me onto a bunch of different concepts. Mallory showed me that no matter what I have, you getting a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? If I can't do this for you, that's fine. I'll figure out something else I can do for you. If I can't do that for you, that's fine. I'll figure out something else I can do for you. It's been times I walked in there and was like, yo, girl, I'm drunk as shit. And she's like, all right, word. My manager's right over there. I can't give you a shot right now, but I can come outside, smoke a cigarette with you. And I'm like, bang, bang, I'll be out back. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's just attention and care. And you know what? Y'all get tipped over that. We go out, like, I go outside, she come out, smoke a cigarette with me. I talk to her about my whole day. You go back in, I'm leaving y'all $30 on no drink that I bought. You know what I mean? Or on a high life that y'all just put in front of me. Because that's how I feel, because that's how she made me feel. And she didn't have to do that. She could have easily said, yo, I'm deep right now. I don't know if B can handle all of this. However she might have looked at it. But that's the appreciation. That's the care. I can't put a price on that. I can't put a price on personal attention. You know what I mean? There was another time I brought a date through there. And she's like, oh, what's her name? I like her. I'm like, word, she remind me of you. She's like, yeah? All right, I got you. Sat me down at a table, knowing damn well, wasn't her. She was like, no, y'all need a table. Don't sit at the bar. Y'all need a table. She wasn't even working the table. You know what I mean? She gave that check up to somebody else, right? I sit at the table all night. She's like, look at the girl too. Giving her eyes and everything. Sending drinks through. Finally, I go up to I pay the boy at the table. I'm like, yo, you've been an absolute pleasure, man. I appreciate you. I can't wait to see you again, man. Go up to the bar. I'm like, yo, I need to pay you for everything you've done for me. She's like, no. You came through here. Just make sure you come back. She's like, this Saturday, it's all me. Come back Saturday. Nice. I'm like, yo, you know what? Take my wallet. You know what I mean? And the thing is, the money doesn't mean anything. She ain't asking me for money. She just want to know, you coming back, right? And that's what it's really about with this bartending shit. We talking about return customers, bro. You know what I mean? We talking about filling up the house. Yeah. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm your friend. We might have partied on a couple occasions. But at the end of the day, when it really matters, you know I'm here for you. And I'm here for you. Why? Because you've already been there for me. You've already been there for me. I didn't ask for it, but you gave it to me. And now I owe it to you. Right? Yep. So there's a couple of different people, man. There's so many different ladies that I could highlight. And the thing about this is, I know guys. I know plenty of guys. I know a couple of guys who might treat me nearly or almost as well. Yeah. Nearly or almost as well. But it really, when it comes to these ladies, man, they take care of me like I'm a baby, bro. Yeah. And they take me back to, like, you know, chilling with my mom, chilling with my sister. And they both looking at me like, you don't know what you need, but I know what you need. I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm going to give it to you. And I'm like, you know what? That's the kind of caring that goes beyond just, like, flattery. You know what I mean? That's the kind of caring that goes beyond just, like, regular friendship. This is the kind of caring that actually, like, goes into the zone of, what's more than care? Like, you know what I mean? What's more than care? This is the kind of caring that goes into the zone of welfare, like your well-being. Listen, you be careful, because I need to see you tomorrow. You know what I mean? You be careful, because I need you to come to my wedding. You be careful, because next Wednesday, I'm managing. And I want you to come through with your friends for dinner. On me. And I'm like, God damn, how will you ever let me pay you back? No, I won't. And you know, there's like I said, I usually like to be an individual of fewer words, right? But
there's so much to be said.
It not only is it so much to be said, I don't even know the words to describe the amount of just concern and love and fortune that I've received from so many different people. And I look at Like, one thing I noticed about this industry is you could work with a person for about 2 or 3 years, never really have that big of a connection with them. Just a high and a bye every fucking week for 2 or 3 years. But if you see them somewhere else, typically they like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that's my fam.
Yeah.
Bring him to the front.
Yeah.
Sitting right in front of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one thing I really love about this industry. But these individuals that I'm highlighting, they give me that before I've done anything to earn it. They give me that just not off of, oh, I know you a friend of a friend. No, they give me that just based off of, oh, okay, here he is. Come here. Yeah, what's up? And they use my name. They use my name like they've been saying it their whole life. You know what I mean? And that shit really makes me feel like I come from a really big family, so I'm not used to receiving like a whole lot of personal attention. So when I get that, it's like that shit just blows me wide open. Blows me wide open. I'm like, yo, I belong to you now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit, man. So many fucking girls. So many girls. Ugh. Sorry, I'm just.
No, you're fine.
Like my Fillmore staff is like so deep, yo. So
Yeah.
deep. Both Lindsays. Oh man. Both Lindsays. Y'all know who y'all is. Yeah, man. There's a whole lot of people, man. Whole lot of people.
I mean, like, the list goes on, and that's the attest to the beginning of this whole topic, you know? It's just like, yo, it's, man, what? No, it's so many of us out here.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Like, and it's just different. It's just different because, I mean, those are the movers and shakers, you know? Like, no matter, like, all this that we're doing right now, like when I first was, alright, never mind, I'll do that another time. But yeah, it's just, like, it's so many movers and shakers out here. They are the ones that's shaping the industry.
Yeah.
You know, and these are the ones, like, alright, if you want to go to a place just because, you know, it's like, oh man, it's the hot spot or anything like that, that's one thing. But you can go to any place. Can't say any place, but majority of the places, and they're there, it's going to change your expectation because they are what you would call, like I would keep on saying, like referring back to Malcolm Gladwell, so they are the outliers. They are the ones that make you want to keep on going to restaurants, bars, and any kind of situations. You know?
Indeed. They make you feel appreciated.
Just like, you know what? Why? Like they're the ones that make your significant other ask, why do you keep going to that place? I thought that place was trash. And it's like, no, that place was awesome. I feel comfortable there.
Yeah, like you didn't meet Jamie. That's what it was. You went in there when Jamie wasn't working.
No, or you were there while Jamie was there, but you didn't receive it like how I seen the intention. You saw it as a different way.
Yeah.
You know, like you saw a different motive than what I saw, or what it actually was.
Yep.
So you know, like yeah. Alright, well, since this whole episode is based around highlights, I feel like we don't need to do a highlight, you know?
Word.
But I guess what we can do instead of a highlight is sit there and talk about this Jack Daniel's Gold. You still got that in your glass, so we can do something that we rarely do. And we're just going to give you our take on this. Alright, so this right here, I guess I can give you a little bit of something on it. Matter of fact, I'll tell you after we go through it. Alright, want to say cheers to you guys? You ready?
Yeah.
Need a moment?
Yeah, man,
You get a moment.
I'm going through it.
You get a moment.
I'm going through it.
Cheers to you, though.
Yo, you just saw me look through my contacts real quick?
Nah.
I'm going, you know how many people I need to hit up?
Man,
I'm going through it.
All in due time. Alright, cool, so. So remember, whenever you're tasting something, two sips. First one is to clear your palate, like we were just drinking the original champagne. So still have some of that residue, but this bites through that. Second one is when you're going to start getting like the flavors and all that kind of jazz.
See, I'm different though, because right now I just had I had the Angel's Envy. So the relationship between these two are kind of good. I like it. I like how they work together.
Yeah, man. What do you think, or do you want me to go first?
I want to shout out your mom.
Shout out to Mom Dukes up there.
Yeah, shout out your mom. Yeah, listen. So many things I never knew I was capable of. So I saw this woman do it easily.
Oh man, you gotta go see
herself.
the kitchen. You gotta go see the kitchen
By
now,
herself.
man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'll go.
Shout out Miss Robin.
I'll go.
Okay.
So this right here is pretty interesting because it's really hot when you first taste it.
It gives the illusion that it's gonna be hot.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that it's alcohol, but it's not. I mean, it's part of it, but for the most part, it's just like it's regular standard. It's 40 proof or 80 proof.
Yeah.
But it gives off like this whole spices, you know. Like I do get aggressive or abrasive spices. Just when I say spices, I'm thinking just like
Pepper?
Yeah, but I want it to go more in. Or I guess I don't have to go more in like deep detail and descriptors
listen,
and all that kind of stuff.
You can be deeper than I.
But
you went to school for this shit.
like there's like, of course there's like the pepper. I do get a little bit of like breadiness to it as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But like I mean that's only for a moment. But then it gets so like I don't want to say bubblegum, but it starts to get sweet, you know, and it becomes so smooth that this is a sipper. You know, this is one of those things where you don't need anything else. Like you just order this in a bar. Neat pour. You could get it on ice or you could have ice on the side, but you should experience both sides of it.
Right.
Versions. But like it's
maybe drop a drop of water.
Like yeah, you could do like you could just play around with it so many times, you know, and then you're just going to it's so complex. It's so many layers to it. I mean, it says Maplewood, you know, finish, and you would think that it's automatically sweet, but it's not. You're not thinking like the Maplewood syrup the maple syrup that you put. But even though that's on the finish, like it says finish, you get a hint of that, but I still get like this whole sugary like bazooka, but I don't know if you guys know.
At the very beginning, yeah.
Bazooka gum kind of thing
Bazooka
on.
Joe.
Bazooka Joe, yeah. You know, like that experience. I mean,
I'm glad you said that because I was looking for it.
You get a lot of that. I mean, to me, the barley sticks out a lot more than the rye and the corn.
My guy. And see, that you're taking it where I wanted to take it. I was going to say, now, I know for a fact that Jack Daniels, the original Jack Daniels, is mainly corn, right? Because it's all right, so this says Tennessee whiskey on it.
Yeah.
And the original Jack Daniels says Tennessee whiskey. But I didn't want to walk into here thinking original Jack Daniels. I just want to kind of go off the top. But I know for a fact that when you call something whiskey, you can do whatever the fuck you want with it.
Yeah.
So right here, I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, I'm getting that dryness. You know what I mean? I'm getting that dryness. I'm getting that earthiness. That's usually consistent with a barley more so than with a corn.
Yeah.
But I know that Jack Daniel's regular is basically bourbon. You know.
Yeah.
Despite what they say, it's basically bourbon just with the charcoal filtering process. But this shit right here, I don't think it's the same mash bill at all.
No, it's a totally different mash bill.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, yo, dog, I taste. This is not predominantly corn to me. This is definitely more barley.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
There's a lot of rye.
I'll tell you.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
You know for a fact what it is?
All right, so it's predominantly rye.
Predominantly rye.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
that's
rye.
why it fucking relates to that.
It's
that
rye.
Angel's Envy rye, really well.
Either it's 70 or 80% rye.
Okay.
Then it's corn, and then it's barley. I think it's 18% barley.
Okay.
And then, so if it's 70, whatever, you know.
70 plus 18 is 98.
So, yeah.
So the rest of it's corn?
Yeah.
2% corn?
No, it's more than that, though. It has to be more than that.
All right. Well, either way.
But yeah.
But that's what I took from it. Because I get, like I said, I get the dry, kind of tannic feel from it. And that's not consistent with what am I talking about? Bourbon.
Yeah, you're talking about the original.
Yeah.
This is what separates. This is like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
like,
this mash bill is completely different.
This is, yeah.
And I appreciate it.
because I was reading the interview, because like when I had it at the bar with Akash,
Mm-hmm.
sitting there, I was just like, yo, I don't know. I was like, yo, because I wasn't thinking rye at first. I was like, the rye can always hit at first, you know, but it doesn't have to be high rye.
Yeah, no.
You know, you always
the
gonna
rye
feel
is
rye.
just
You're gonna
that's
always
how
feel
it is.
rye.
It speaks for
So
itself.
I was just like, but I got more of the sweetness from it, you know. So I was like, this has to be more corn dominated.
But keep in mind,
But
you got the
I know,
motherfucking finish.
I know. So I had to look up, and then I
Yeah.
actually found the distiller talking about it. He was like, yo, this is completely different. We want a different. We want a whole completely different
I'm glad
way.
you did that. I'm glad you did that.
So like, yeah. So he was saying that like usually, it's like 70 or 80% corn.
Right.
And he was like, no, but we flipped. You know, we flipped it, and it was rye, and then all of it, and then I was just like, oh snap! And a
So
rye.
this is basically a rye.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a rye.
But high barley rye.
Yeah. Because it's like, I get that barley. Like, I'm like, it's definitely barley. I'm like, this is barley forward.
Because it's like the breadiness is just kind of underlaying the whole experience. Like,
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah. So,
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's so smooth, and it's just like, it's pleasant.
Yeah, the finish is crazy.
This is pleasant.
The finish is so crazy. That's the Maplewood right there.
Yeah.
That finish is wild.
Yeah, and that adds all the sweetness to it. That's why. That's
what rounds out the spice.
Yeah, that's why you don't have to have so much corn, because
the sweetness is coming from the Maplewood.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, I get it. I was like, yo, any day I see this, I would have no problem ordering this on a bar menu, unless they're charging like $200 a shot.
It's gonna be like $30 a shot, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the same. That's the same as Angel's Envy.
Yeah, but that's also $100 bottle, pretty much.
True, too. Yeah. So it's just like I know what I'm getting myself into, but I know what I'm getting myself into.
But it's a sipper. It's a goddamn sipper.
Yeah.
My other thing that I wanted to say about this is the viscosity, or the thickness rather. Mm-hmm. This is actually on the lighter side from what you would expect, because you think Maplewood, you think maple, you think syrup, you're thinking it's going to be thicker, but no, it actually flows right down. Yeah. But the flavor leaves your tongue. That's my only problem with it. The flavor leaves your tongue too fast. So I need to kill the whole bottle.
Doesn't have a long finish.
No, I need to kill the whole bottle because of that. Because I just want to keep going back.
I know you saw where the bottle was at when I brought it.
Yeah, I know, niggas. Yeah, a third of the way done.
Yeah, man. It was like,
listen, you see me. I tasted every bottle in here today, so I wouldn't kill this.
I was just like, wait. I was just like, wait. How would this taste if I mixed it in a cocktail? How would this taste like? I just had to keep on experimenting, and I don't do that.
What'd you make with it?
I mean, I just did the regulars, like Presbyterian. I just did like sorry, naming cocktails. Yeah. But I did the ginger ale with.
No, you can name the cocktails.
I did. I mean, but
for lay people.
And I also did it with Coca-Cola. Yeah, man. I just want the way that I think that people would go.
You ain't go the highball route.
That is the alright. Yeah, the highball, right? What's the highball? Sorry.
Okay, well, you said Presbyterian.
Yeah.
That typically entails bitters.
I see.
The highball route.
I went the highball route.
All
not
right.
the Presbyterian.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
No, that was my fault. I was like, shit. Now I gotta look around for my bitters. I'm like, shit.
What you got? What bitters you got?
But I don't have any ginger ale here.
You got Pechos?
I don't have anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got what you said.
Nigga, I don't see nothing.
Exactly.
I just see bottles.
All right, so that was fun. That was good. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit. Like, I paid, so this is $100 a bottle, plus tax.
Absolutely recommend it. So
would definitely do it. If you come across it, get it. I mean,
it's not everywhere, is it?
No.
And there's not very much of it, is it?
No. I would highly recommend you get it. I believe in how you're supposed to drink whiskey is you're not supposed to save it at all. You're supposed to just finish the bottle.
You're supposed to share it.
Well, you're supposed to finish the bottle as fresh as it is.
Yeah. Once you open it, the air, it ruins it.
Don't hold on to it. Don't buy it and then don't open it, because that's
it doesn't age in the bottle.
Unless you got two, unless you got two, then keep one. You know what I'm saying? But
whiskey's meant to be shared and drank.
Yeah, so don't hold on to anything. Yeah. Don't hold on to anything, because you're supposed to drink it once you buy it.
Unless you buy it in a wood bottle, which I've never seen.
So I mean, but still, you don't even. Yeah. All right, cool. That wraps up this episode of That's 86. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully we see you again next week, and we'll see where things go. But don't forget, it's still a celebration because it's my guy's birthday week. So cheers to you on that celebration. That's what the bubbles are for. Cheers. Bye.
Chin chin.